I guess you're looking for an area you want to invest your money this year. I want to talk about real estate. Today on the table, I want to share with you factors to consider before investing into real estate. When we say real estate, what do we mean? What does real estate mean? Real estate investments involve buying, owning, and managing properties such as land, houses, apartments, and commercial space. If you have money, I don't know how much money you have, but you are looking for an area to invest in. So the areas to invest in this year is one, land, houses, apartments, and commercial space. I'll be breaking it down for you so that you know much better. To generate income, so as you invest into these areas or owning, investing in real estate means that you are going to own these properties or you are going to buy them to own them and manage them as well. So the real estate covers the land, the houses, as I said earlier on. Now, as you own them, anytime you hear the word investment, meaning that you are putting in the money to get a return. As you invest in these areas of the real estate or the component of real estate, that is the land, you can own a lot of land, go into land banking. You can own a lot of houses or apartments, then commercial spaces to generate income or profit. That is the most important thing. So you don't just buy land and let it lie down. Yes, it can lie down for some time and appreciate, but you can also turn the land into profitable ventures by going to farming. You can also go into rent the space, provided it's in the community. You can rent the space for festive activities. You can rent it out for funeral and wedding and stuff. So it depends on where your land location is. So the most important key factor here is to make money out of the property that we are owning or we are buying. People invest in real estate for potential long-term appreciation, rental income, or to flip the property for profit. So what it means is that you can choose to buy the land and keep it for some time and later sell it to make profit. So example is maybe this year you've bought a land, $5,000 or 5,000 Ghana cedis, and you decide to keep it for the next 5 years. After 5 years, the value is not going to be the same 5,000. It's going to increase. It's going to probably increase times 5 or 10x. So it depends on your area, the location. So that will determine how much or what the value is going to be. So it's very important. So when we say you buy properties, you renovate it and you flip it. In an African setting or in Ghana, for instance, we don't go and buy, you hardly see people going to buy houses and they renovate, then they rent it out. You hardly hear that. People prefer to build their own houses. So, but if you find yourself in that community setting or in that location where you can buy properties, renovate it and flip it, or they call it flip it, to gain more money than the initial capital you have used, I think is good venture to go into. Then long-term appreciation. So like for instance, the land or the office space, you've acquired the land or you've acquired a building, a complex building, and you've divided into office space, banking, company offices, and all those things. So you can also rent it out for money. Now, in Africa as a continent and Ghana strategically positioned in West Africa, real estate can be popular investment option with a lot of opportunities. What are the opportunities? In which areas do you find these opportunities? You can find them in the residential area and commercial area, then industrial properties. These are the category of real estate. Residential, meaning that where people live, you're going to build apartments or buy properties at where a lot of people are for residence. Then commercial setting is going to be more of like an industrial setting. Commercial is more related to business. So where there's business going on, like market location, church location, school location, those demarcations, that is the commercial. Then we have the industrial. Industrial will fit in as an area or a class of an industrial space, like the free zones, the trade zones, where they build industries. So that is the industrial settings. A typical example, we have a location where in Tema, where that place is a free zone, meaning that a lot of industries are built there or companies are built there. Then the commercial setting is like, let's say, the mall, the shops, and all those things, and the school environment. So these are the class of real estate that you can invest into. Somebody will be asking, how do I start this real estate investment? One, you need to do research and learn. First of all, you need to understand the real estate market. You need to understand the law and the trends in your location. So in Ghana, for instance, if you want to go into real estate, you need to do research about the area, the particular location that you want to invest in terms of real estate. You need to do research. What is the market value? What is the law? What is the legal requirements that are needed as far as real estate is concerned? What is the trend of the real estate market? So these are things that you need to really work on before you invest into real estate. Then number two is set goals. You need to really set a goal. Decide an investment goal, either rental, income, long-term, appreciation, or flipping. So now you need to know which type of an investor are you. Are you going to be a rental property investor? That is, you own the place and you rent it out for other people to come and use and they pay you. Or you want to be a long-term appreciation. That is, you will be an investor that you own the property and keep it for long, then later you sell it or you rent it out. Then that is normally in the buying of the land, they call it land banking. So you go to villages or a location where you see development will be coming soon. You see these investors going there to buy it and keep it for the next 10 years. Then they start selling the lands or the properties. Then flipping means that you buy a low level asset, that is a building, land or something. Then you upgrade it, you give it a facelift, then you rent it. So normally this flipping goes to apartments. So you look for buildings that you can buy at a low price and you renovate it, improve it into a modern suite or modern apartment, and you sell it at a higher price. This is how you can invest into the real estate. So number two, you have to set a goal of which investor you are going to be. Then number three is step to investing into real estate is financial. Explore funding options, savings, loans, and partnership. So you need to get money. Investing into real estate requires a lot of money. Even buying land in prime areas requires a huge sum of money. So you need to look at how much money is going to it. Sometimes it talks about funding. So you can save towards it. You can go for a loan and buy that property, provided, the clause here, provided you are going to rent it out and it's going to generate you enough income for a period of time to clear off the loan. Then that is good. But if not, I will not advise you to go and take loans. Now, you can go into partnership. 3 people or 4, 5 people can come together, raise capital and buy a property and rent it out or flip it and make some money and split the money. So these 3 or 4, 5 people or 2 people can come together, form an entity or form a company and start investing into the real estate. Now, for the apartment side, it requires a lot of money to really invest into the building. So it's very important you prepare your financial muscle very well. Then choose location. Choose location. Pick a location with a potential for growth and good rental demand. So the number 4 steps that you need to follow to invest into real estate is to pick a very good location, very demanding, very that has the potential for growth or for expansion, or that have the potential to appreciate in value. So it is very important. Pick property type. Now, you need to know which property type you are going to invest in. So, like I said earlier, you need to decide whether you are going to residential. Residential means that you are building apartments or houses and rent it out where people will be living with their families. Then commercial is the school space, the church space, the market space, the recreational centers, and all those things. Like where I'm doing this content, it's a eco lodge. So then land investment, that is land banking. Your job is to look for potential land locations where the price of the land is quite cheap, and you buy them at a cheaper price and you keep it for some time, for like 5-10 years, then you later sell it. I remember a friend of mine was giving me a testimony of the father who bought a land, 6,000 some years back, and it was sold 50,000, I think, after 10 years or so. So you can just imagine 60,000 has appreciated to 50,000 in Accra. So that was some years back. I heard that story. So you can, if only you have the financial muscle and you have the patience to relax yourself, so that 10 years or 5 years before selling it to me. Then what are the benefits and the risk in real estate investment? One, benefits. Let's talk about the benefit. The benefit, the properties tends to appreciate. So let's say you have invested, let's say $10,000 or 10,000 Ghana cedis in building a house. I'm just giving that as an example. Or you've invested, let's say $200,000 or 200,000 Ghana cedis into a building, and you are renting it out to, let's say, 250. So 250,000, the 50,000 will be your profit. I'm just giving an example. So you can choose to keep it, hold it, or flip it and increase it, like let's say 4,000 or 5,000 later. So meaning that you are making a profit. You have invested a small capital and now you have doubled it and you are making a good return. So appreciation, it appreciates. When you invest into land, today the lands that were sold, let's say 5,000, 10,000, 20,000, 40,000, even 50,000 today, like the example my friend gave, that 50,000 land after 5 or 10 years now will still not remain. No, it will not remain. It will actually appreciate. And if it has become, the area has become a prime area, very demanding, then meaning that they can even sell it 2 million Ghana cedis or $2 million. It depends. I'm just giving an example. Then number two benefits in reinvesting in real estate is rental income. So earn regular income from the tenants, especially your apartments or the land space or the warehouse or the office space, the banking space that you have built and you are renting it out. So all these things will give you money. If you have, let's say, 200 apartments and each tenant is paying, let's say, each 200 apartments, you have 200 apartments, and each tenant is paying, let's say, 1,500, that's about 300,000 Ghana cedis. If it's in dollars, that will be $300,000 times, let's say, a year. So times 1. So that's the same price, or even times 2. That's 2 years advance. That will give you about 600,000 Ghana cedis. So you can get money as true rental income. Then tangible asset. Real estate is physical asset. So now, if you are looking, you have money and you want to invest it, and so that money will not lose its value, or you don't want the money to vanish, you can. What the rich does is that they don't keep the paper money. They actually put it in things that can hold the value of that money or can appreciate the value of that money for them. So building is one of them. Apartment, office complex, and warehouse industry. All these things are places that you can put your money, and your money will be intact and still give you. And I think in terms of inflation too, is able to build inflation. Then diversification, add variety to your investment portfolio. So if you are doing other investments or you have other investment portfolios, real estate can be another diversification for you. So your money will not only remain in the money market, but at least it is in an asset that if you quickly need some money, you can sell it. I think some time ago, I heard a story about Honorable Kennedy Japan, that he have a lot of houses, and when he was down cash, that means he was down with cash some time back, things were quite difficult. He sold quite some number of apartments that he has, and just to get some money and pick himself up again. So if you invest in real estate, I think there's a sure way of getting your money back. But please do your research well before you invest in. Now, let's quickly look at the risk. So quickly, let's look at the risk before I continue with the, how do you call it? The factors to consider. One, market fluctuation. So there's comes at times that the market fluctuates in terms of the value or the price in the market in terms of the real estate. So property value can drop. Vacancy risk. Property might be unrented at times. So sometimes you might be thinking that when you invest into buildings, they are going to rent, or maybe depend on the price, the location. So you need to consider these things very well before investing into it. The maintenance cost. As long as it is a property, provided it is only land. Even with land, yes, you might do some little maintenance by weeding so that the land does not become bushy and stuff like a forest. So you still need to do some investment. Then let's look at number 4 risk is the liquidity risk. Real estate isn't easy sold quickly. So if you want to really, you have invested into real estate and you want to recoup your cash fast, it's not like that. It takes some time for your property to be sold in the market. So let's continue with the factors to consider when investing into real estate. These are key. All the things that I've said, they are quite important, but these are very important key areas. This will help you to select where exactly to pick the property. So number 1, the direction of migration. Where are people going? So just notice where people are going mostly are where you should be investing your money. So let's assume some time ago, people started buying land in Dodowa. Dodowa used to be a very bush area, not underdeveloped, but today as we speak, I would say the land in Dodowa is almost finished. If you are getting any land in Dodowa that is being sold to you, it is land that has been bought and resold. I think Takrady too, the land in Takrady is almost finishing. It's finished. Now people are now coming towards Agona and Kwanta, and will say Joe, Biahun. Even Biahun land crash, I can boldly say it is getting finished. Now, when you take Greater Accra, for instance, Greater Accra land is almost finished, or it has finished. So now people are now migrating towards the Volta region. So recently you heard, as at the time I'm recording this video some months back, last month, that was in December, the president was saying that Volta region is the oxygen tank of Ghana. So meaning that there's fresh vegetation there, the air quality is good over there because they are not kind of like doing galamsey. There's no much vehicular activities over there to pollute the air. So now that is where the eye is going right now. So if you have any capital, you want to do any investment, Volta region is the next prime area to start investing in now. Direction of migration, you need to look at where people are moving. So you need to listen to the news where it is being announced that now people are moving from this direction to this town, or from this town to this town. You need to listen to where the movement is going on or where people are moving to. So sometimes you can drive around. If you want to really invest into real estate, you should be a person who would like to drive around, look around how property development or housing development is ongoing in your area or your location. So number 2 policy or factor to consider is direction of policy. What are the policies that are going on? What are people saying? What is the government policy concerning lands, property, investments? What are the policies ongoing? So assuming maybe they decided that they are going to build a dam somewhere, or they are going to help some farmers, they are going to, or government is bringing investment opportunities in a particular area, what it tells you that is where you should be investing. So now there is this policy in Ghana currently that there's going to be a road that will be constructed from Accra through Eastern region to Kumasi, so that to take care of that Eastern corridor, people or farmers around, or people, communities around the Eastern corridor. So it is very important to look at where the policies are going. Then, so you need to look at where are they building road to: airport, seaport, trade zone, power, water. All these things you need to really look at where these things are going. Then third one is direction of infrastructure. Helps you to spot location that will expand. And so in terms of infrastructure, like I said, where are they building the dams, the water supply? Where are they building the free zones, the trade zone, the airport, the train station? You need to look at all these things in terms of infrastructure. So like the road that I gave example. Now, all the people who go and buy land, build restaurants, build hotels along that road going to Kumasi have the opportunity to make money from that kind of investments. Then the last one is direction of commerce. The last four factors to consider is direction of commerce. So where are the business migrating to? You need to really look, like I said, now the land in Accra is finished. So now even Tema is finished. So now people are building so fast through Chopoli, Dohwenya. Now they are approaching Adan. From Adan, they will enter into Sogakope. Then they are occupying the southern part of the vote. Then when you, the middle belt, that is from Somanya, that's Eastern region, Somanya, Japon, Peki going, that's the middle belt to the northern voter. So this is where now people will be migrating to, or businesses will be going to, or in terms of hospitality. When you come to the Western region, now, like I said earlier, the land space in Takrady is finished. So now they'll be going towards through Agona Kwanta, Axim, Takwa. Those are the areas that development will be coming. So if you are an investor, you are looking for people to work with, consult experts. So that the last part after consult expert, resource personnel to work with if needed. So in terms, if you want to go into real estate, you need real estate agents to work with. You need lawyers who understand the property law and all those things. Then you need property managers. These are the people that you'll be needing to work with in the real estate industry. If you have any questions, please kindly leave it in the comment section, and kindly subscribe to our channel if you have not subscribed, and share our videos and support us so that we can create more content like this. See you in our next episode. Bye bye.